I'm just kidding. We don't need that. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, doing all right. How you doing, Mr. Maddox?
I'm doing well, my friend. I'm just pulling up some stuff. How have you been so far this week?
It's been a strikeout at Targets and Walmarts, but there's been a couple of good key things. But the Haulathon has not hit the West Coast, or at least if it is, it's not my area, man.
Okay. Well, happy toy evening to you, my friend.
Toy evening to you.
It is good to see you. We have our colors going. We're flowing. Hey everyone, welcome to Toybox Chronicles. I'm your host, Chet Maddox, along with my co-host Alexander Storm. We are here bringing you all the information that matters in toys and sometimes just some unboxings. And we talked about this, and that's kind of what we're going to do today. So hang out, stay around. We're going to talk about the NECA Haulathon, what a debacle that is. We got some ramen toy updates. And then we got a Unboxathon where we're going to probably go back and forth, but we got a lot of stuff we want to open. It has been requested, so I'm excited about it. Mr. Storm, are you excited about it?
Oh yeah, man! I got a bunch of stuff to unbox tonight. The first annual Unboxathon.
There you go. Yeah, this is the first annual Unboxathon. And hey, while you're checking out this really expensive intro, go ahead and hit subscribe because that shit's free all month. There it is.
There you go.
There it is. We just got 47 more subscribers just from that one intro video. Anyways, man, I'm excited to get into this. There's a lot that's been happening on the toy front. Our Whatnot store is looks like we're gonna schedule that for the 27th. So 27th of April, we're working to get that up. You'll see that load over there on the Whatnotters. And if you haven't been to Whatnot, well, that's not our problem.
Can I tell you, I'm looking forward as hell to the Whatnot store. It's just that because I know the plans that we've been doing, and the more that we get to it, the more I just kind of want to run some content on the channel. It's always kind of popping, but we've really stepped our game for the last month and a half, and I know you've been at the forefront to that, Mr. Maddox, and
I have been.
Man, I can't wait. I'm big time excited for it, man.
Yeah, well, as Mr. Rad Chris says, do you have NECA Punk Turtles for sale? The answer to that is I do. I have multiples for sale. So, people, if you need them, pick them up. The PixelsPlasticInk crew gets their hands on stuff most people can't. And we posted and whatnot. So, hey man, speaking of, what's been going on? What's been going on with the little haulathon? What have you seen?
You know what? Here's the thing. I've been, when you look at obviously through eBay, Whatnot stores, everyone else. Somehow it seems like the flippers have gotten the content before everyone else has again.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing astronomical prices. Talk about punk turtles. I'm seeing some punks, not too many turtles, but I'm seeing punks being done. It is one of those aspects where I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's something from the East Coast and it's not popping out West Coast. I went to 6 Targets because I know it says April 12th, but I've been seeing it all over the place. Everybody's doing videos.
Yeah, it's supposed to be April 12th, but they got everything back in the end of March, I think, and then
Yeah.
it was slated like, hey, you could put this up, but it starts on the 12th, but you could put it up in between now and the 12th, and some of them are doing it, and some just don't give a shit.
Well, I can tell you one of those aspects is they're not doing that in any way, shape, or form out here where I'm at, because there was no haulathon bags, there's no end cap displays, there's nothing, man. So it was just a bus. And then I decided to pop over to some Walmarts, and Walmart is one of the Walmarts that they had a very nice clearance section. They decided to do a complete store renovation. So the entire store has moved, and like, you know, how they do in the retail. They
Yeah.
want you to walk through the entire store. So they moved it, but everything was torn apart. I was like, oh, great. So like, it was just one of those weeks where it's like, wow, like what's going on? It's extremely weird. And I don't know. I think that I know I know they just recently had a Walmart event, their collector version. So, you know, you would
Collector
think there
con or
was
whatever.
more items. So I struck out on G.I. Joe Classifieds. I was looking for a bunch of the stuff over there, Night Force and all the rest of those troopers. None of that stuff was on the shelves, but came across with some clearance items though. See, a lot of the Black Series that recently came out is on clearance at Walmart.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, now's the time, if you're like, you know, Star Wars Black Series fan, now's the time to go over and get that stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I think Haulathon. So you know that I've been like
I know
scouring for Haulathon.
you have had the best luck for Haulathon.
Yeah, I went. I got a big group of pickups. Realized there's nothing there I wanted, so sold it off. And then just literally this morning, I was like, you know what would be great if we just had something for this video. So I went to Target, and they had pretty much everything that I wanted to grab. I got three of the Turtle Punks. I got 2 Prey figures. I got 2 Usagis. I got the Samurai and Space Explorer.
Okay.
I got the VHS Leonardo.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went
You were
crazy.
Haulathoning.
Yeah, I was like, you want me to spend your money? Which let's get into that real quick. Like I don't know. I don't know how it's priced for collectors.
Yeah.
Because it is so expensive to buy any of this stuff. It's like $60, 60 to it's like 55 to like $60 per thing, and then you know you had 150 on the punks, and it's like 64 if it's like a double pack. Like where do you think their target audience is?
Well, I know it's not children anymore. But also the killer part is that now when I was in Walmart and I saw most of the standard Playmate issue Turtles, ones for the movies and the ones from just the standard original line, they were priced at $9 a piece, and that was like newer Playmate version of the Turtles was popping up. Now that's priced at a good price point for kids. I saw they had the movie Turtle Van, they had a bunch of the characters and all the other sub characters. So they're priced for like kids. And I would say also Jack Specific, I believe, is doing some of the Super Mario Brothers and Sonic stuff. That's priced for the kids. But like NECA, I think NECA is Super 7. And in some regards also Valaverse and most definitely Hasbro, they're taking advantage of nostalgia fans, the older fans, and their pricing is not matching that. And again, we've talked about this numerous times. You're pricing out children because you need look, you know, there's no mistaking. I should not be your target audience, because in a couple of years my buying power is going to go to another level. I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be phased out. Well, you should be trying to catch in on this new bandwidth of like new collectors, and you want to make things reasonable, because there's no way, man, when we were kids, there's no way that you think any of our parents was buying us damn near $35, $40, $50, $60 figures, $150 figures. No, that's not something you're giving to the kids.
Yeah, I don't see parents doing that now.
No, you can't.
The only people that are going in and buying these figures for that amount is like me, you, Chris. You know, like anybody that's like a collector trying to build their stuff that at one point in time, you know, it's just So
they're going to have to do some now. McFarlane's been trying on a couple of things. I think when it comes to the vehicles that he's been doing, those have been reasonable, other than the Batwing plane. That was kind of a little overboard. But like everything that he's done, from like, you know, the Flash Batmobile to I think it was the monster truck that was the Batman monster truck. Those were all priced extremely well, and he's trying to do his thing to appeal to that. And also, I was over at Ross, and I'm seeing the page punchers, and they said page punchers were $9. I think these were Nightwings. They were $4.99 at Ross, and I still thought, like, okay, you're getting a comic book, you're getting a cheap little toy. It's very accessible, it's very smart. Even at that price point, how could you deny not actually picking that up for some money? So, you know, I just think that they're just doing something where these companies are looking for today and they're not forecasting for tomorrow. And they need to be forecasting for tomorrow because their buying audience is aging out of their purchasing. We'll see. We'll see. Haulathon is like, you know, it should just be like, you know, hey, we just want old collector con.
You know? Yeah, well, that, and then like the website's going to go up, so it makes it a little bit easier. But I think it's more like a bad look on Target than anything else, you know. And I think that NECA needs to control that, because it, like, Target is like a good place to get NECA from, but if you know they're not putting the stuff out for people to grab it, it's kind of ruining the experience, because everyone that follows NECA is like, oh shit, this stuff's gonna start like on this day, and then you can't find it. Like we've been looking since it said it was gonna start, and magically some of these people just randomly get stuff. But I think that there's a little bit more behind it than that.
Well, I think also what's killing it as well is that you know, when you go to the store, and like, again, you know, because we do the podcast and both of them and everything, so we've got a little bit more direct version of go driving to several. Yeah. But most people aren't going to do that. Most people are going to go to one. They don't see one. They're like, the hell with this. And you've already lost that. And, you know, it's something. And I will tell you this. NECA, Super 7, Hasbro, and Jakks Pacific, they're all doing themselves undoubtedly bad favors dealing with Walmarts and Targets. I can tell you the Walmart shelf looked like somebody had threw a grenade down the aisle and just blew it up.
Was like that bad, huh?
There was no care. There was nothing. You know, it was just all in disarray. I went to Target, like, other than Lego, because, you know, now I'm starting to see they're starting to put Legos behind glass casing now.
Yeah, but I've seen that.
But the same way too is like, you're not, as a retailer, you know, you may want to start touring Targets, have random people pop in and start seeing how your product's being shown to the public, because, you know, sometimes they're on in aisles, sometimes they're thrown on wrong aisles. There's a level of just not care, and that's your product. You would never see that from anybody else. You think you go to a dealership and you see cars stacked on top of cars? No. It's like they need to have a sit down with Walmart and Targets and saying those sections, because they're paying for premium sections, they need to actually be having those policed, having them restocked better, having them in the right aisle. There needs to be somebody monitoring that. You know, it's not the same thing for Samsung TV. Samsung's not bitching that, you know, it's LG's in front of it. But toys is such a critical part of their business plan. And, you know, that's why people are willing to go to the online stores, because Walmart's almost seeming like they're trying to push people. Just go on Walmart, because I couldn't find not one single classified figure in 50 miles of my area from Walmart. But they said if you went online, you could do that.
Was there enough new figures to call the haulathon? No,
it was not a lot-a-thon.
Yeah, it's a get a pissed off a con.
Exactly.
Yeah. I look, I think this is a debacle of a thing, and I'm happy we got our hands on some punks and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm going to be opening them tonight because these are for my personal collection. But
And I don't think I've seen that actually opened yet on any of the videos. So I could be wrong, but I've been searching to see if somebody had them. A lot of people haven't actually had them because no one's probably willing to pay $400 for it.
Yeah. Well, you know, supply and demand. We're not charging that much for them, but we are
No,
charging.
no.
We are putting a little pretty price tag on them. But
Well, if with all good models, we should be.
It's just supply and demand, you know.
Yeah, but
I'll
see, we're
supply
not
it.
going to do the flipper, pricing where it's become so astronomically crazy. It's bad, come on,
No.
because $400 for something that you paid 150 for, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you're taking advantage.
Maybe if I have it and try to sell it in like 4 years, then it becomes like harder and harder to get. But right now, nah, like, most I would sell it for is 3, but people can make me an offer, make us offers, and I'm sure that, we ultimately at the end of the day are collectors by heart. So it's just about having someone to be able to have it. But you got to make a little bit of money here and there. So,
Of course.
$250, $300, it's not really that bad for something that you can't find anywhere. Well, with that being said, I did try to look this up, and I'm assuming that this was found on Instagram, but ramen toy update. The ramen racers are nearly shipping.
Yep.
And it turns out that Ace has shown a prototype of a new master project. So what do we know about that?
Oh, that's now I know you're into the math stuff, man. And
Yes,
they
sir.
had their version of a Thunderhawk. They called it a different name. I can't remember. I think it's Makima or something else. I can't remember what the name was at this moment, but they he did a nice job on it. I thought it looked extremely beautiful. And he said he got to stop and assist by Hasbro, so they ended up doing a couple little changes. They said change this, change that, then you could do it. So they're using him as a test model. So I saw
he's had the red gold wing.
Yeah, the red gold wing. But with now they're calling this the Great White, and he was showing how some mechanicisms of it popping and everything else, and he was doing a pretty good job. I was like, wow. I said it had all the action features and everything else. I was like, okay, all right, this is looking pretty good. I think that he's kind of nailed that down. And then obviously I saw that he did renderings for Piranha, which is probably going to call it something different and everything. It's probably going to, but I saw those and those were great. But the Ramen Racer, I will say there's the criticism for Ace and his team over there is I just believe that in every possible way, yeah, there's some of the stuff right there. I was I had the pleasure of actually getting now. See, that's supposed to be the bridge layer. I'm sure he's calling that a different name, but it's basically for 6-inch G.I. Joe classified figures.
Yeah,
and Hasbro hasn't given us a tank yet. Now I'm wondering when he's going to get that stop and desist on that. But yeah,
this is something that Rad Insight probably wants.
This is no. It's also the same thing. After the Ramen Racer goes through, and he said that once the Ramen Racer is actually shipped out, then he's going to start putting this up for order. Now I know at one point or another he's given us the 18 van. He's going to probably have to give us some version of a Trans Am with a light beam in front of it.
Yeah, this is something I'm excited about.
Yes, the not T-Bob.
Yeah, it's definitely not T-Bob.
Not T.
Definitely not T-Bob.
But again, my criticism of Ace and the Ramen Toys is it has taken an extreme amount of time since everyone basically put in their early birds for the Ramen Racer, because I know that's happened for myself. It was supposed to be out sometime last year, and then it was delayed into this year. And I don't know. I know we also both ordered Flip War from Mad Hatter, so I was like, I don't know if his turnaround time, because I know he's a small company, but I'm starting to see some of these other smaller boutiques put out things a little quicker. We're waiting a little too long for some of Ace's stuff, and I think Ace is going to he might have to ramp up a little bit more production to get things out, because by the time the Ramen Racers came, I will have probably received 2 HasLabs from G.I. Joe, and that's the staying power in the mind of purchasers is not going to be long when you just can't get product to them in a quick enough time.
Yeah,
So
well, I mean, I think that's it too, right? Like, I think when you pre-order something, there's an expectation, and it's fine to wait. But then there's a certain point where it's just like, dude, I'm just waiting too long.
yeah. And I
And I
think
think
you
that,
also open yourself up for cancellations as well, because somebody just, look, your money sitting somewhere in like I would say a terminally escrow account, and you've got other items. You've got the Super Sevens, NECA's draining everybody's pocketbooks, Hasbro's doing it, and the items are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
yeah,
And the Super Sevens most definitely killing people's pocketbooks, and it takes them so long to get stuff out. And the same complaint will be over Super 7. I known someone that ordered the latest wave of the Simpson figures that he just received, and that had Krusty Clown in it, Bartman. I think I can't remember the other two figures, but it was a wave of 4, and he put an order in 2021, and the order just came through right now, and I was like, "Wow, man, that's a long time
well, see, and that the
to
thing that
get
people don't
Simpson figures."
understand too is like that shit sucks when you put an order in and it's like that many years because there's a high probability you moved from where the shipping address was.
Most
And
definitely.
that happened to me. I backed Resident Evil 3, the board game, on Kickstarter from Steamforge, and like I messaged them and I was like, "Hey, like this was supposed to ship a while ago. It looks like it's shipped, but it went to the wrong address, and I didn't get notified, and so it's just I never got it. But it's something I paid for, but I just never got it. And so I think when you're putting stuff out and you're getting pre-orders, like your responsibility is to
Mhm.
get them their pre-order in time.
Well, the killer thing about that too is that, even though it isn't 100% their responsibility, because you're paying your hard-earned money, but at
Yeah,
this point, that long amount of wait, like you've already mentally moved on by the time, because you're excited when you're pre-ordering it. If they got it within 6 months, you're probably great on that. You know, maybe a year, maybe you're okay. When it starts getting into the 2 year, 3 year point, come on, man. And then also the difference between is that was an online Kickstarter ad. That's not something from a retailer like Super 7. You
yeah,
know, like
yep,
Ace has jumped up, Ace is taking pre-orders and he's standing with the big boys, and maybe he's just taking on too many projects and trying to do too many things at the small, because the flip war thing has to be killing him as well. He still hasn't gotten the Ramen Racer out. So, it's I think that they're putting themselves into bad categories, because once it's out of your mind and you've kind of forgotten about it, when it comes, how readily available are you to jump up and down for it? You're like, oh, it finally came. Okay, but wow, I've got my hits tank and damn near the dragonflies at my house almost. It's like Hasbro. This is how Hasbro and some of the bigger companies are able to keep you a little bit better, because Mattel's dropping crap out quick. Well,
yeah,
same thing with Hasbro. But some of these other little boutiques is like, hey, we got some of NECA's dropping stuff out quick.
yeah. I mean, it's all. Everyone is dropping it, and you got pre-orders that aren't hitting, and people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you said. Like you get to like, all right. I ordered a bunch of that mask stuff, right? Like when you were in
Mm-hmm.
that store.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, like I knew that it was coming, right? But it's
Mm-hmm.
like by the time it got here, it was like, man, that kind of took a while.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, but I'm still excited about it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I think everyone needs to you gotta, yeah, I don't know. That it bothers me because I've pre-ordered some stuff and it shows up and I'm just like, I didn't even remember buying this.
And that's what kills it. It's like when you're like, when did I order this?
Yeah.
And it's just at that point, then it's like, do you have that same impulse? That's the one aspect about walking in the store, picking it up, and just walking out. You've got the euphoria, you're in the car, you're home, you're excited. A couple of days later, you're still excited. And it's just there. But when you're the online pre-order kind of thing that, I guess crowdfunding scenarios that they're saying, it's not giving the same results, and now it's starting to take its toll. It's kind of like a lot of the back in the day Kickstarter comics. Like you can almost cross your fingers if you're ever getting some of that crap, because it was always going to happen. And those were from big name people in the industry. It almost never happened. And then they were like, oh, what's coming? And they send you update number 16 2.5 years later. And it's like, you're drawing a comic book, for God's sakes. So, you know,
they're drawing a comic book one cell a month.
Exactly. But that's the exact same way that it's you're starting to get that kind of feeling from, you know, some of these smaller boutique toy producers. They really got to start stepping up their game, and they got to start hitting things out a little quicker than what they're doing.
Yep, I agree.
So, you know.
Well, I think we could probably talk all day about that, but we definitely have decided that this was a haulathon unbox. So
Unboxathon.
I will hand the stage to you. Let's have you do something, and then I guess I'll do something.
Okay,
you know? we'll go from there.
That makes it work out. Now we're gonna go a couple of pretexts on this. I was telling Shadow was in the store, happened to see this, and there's been a point where I think we talked about it over on PixelsPlasticInk last week. Is that I was a major person for my classified line had really ever, other than the his tank, taken anything out.
Okay.
Everything had sat in a box, but I had it. And so I had made a point when I started doing the renovations of my office in here. I said, you know what, I'm gonna start get a glass cabinet and put some displays. There's a couple more bookcases coming. But I want to display the Joes because it was a very rich thing. So now if you see behind me, I'll just scoot out of the way over here. You can see that the Joes are now displayed up there. And there are action poses. Maybe we'll put something up on, maybe we'll do some kind of collection videos. Maybe we should do one, myself, you, and Mr. Chris. We should do that. But so Shadow's been actually, every time he's in store or someplace, he'll ask me, you guys do the same thing. We all do that along text chain. Hey man, you got this, or you looking for this? So I hadn't purchased Copperhead. He was like, hey, I see it on clearance, and I'm gonna put this right up there. And it was on clearance. There you go.
Wow. So you got $17.49.
$17.49. I was like, you know what? Pull the trigger. Yeah, that's great. You know, hey, if I don't have to pay the $24, if I can find it a little cheaper. Sometimes you wait the Ross game, get them for like $6 or $4.99. That's even better. But you know. So as I was going through, I was unboxing all the Joes, but putting them on displays. You notice that he's sitting on the Foot Locker. He's like General Hawks on top of the Foot Locker.
Yep.
So I was going through, I pulled it through, and guess what happened? As I pulled this through, opened it up, cut off the plastic, was everything factory.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you this, and this what sucks. Does that look like Copperhead?
Nope.
Nope, that's not Copperhead. And his accessory box, because they had their version of what they think they call a little Foot Locker. Open up. There is zilch.
Nothing in it, huh?
Nothing in it. So, and now,
wow.
Now again, this is one good reason why you should open up your stuff. You know, maybe when you get out in the car, open it up. I know there's some completist people that 100% want things, complete. They don't want to open it up. I was the same way, but you should, because imagine now this was purchased in, I think he did it like sometime in December. So I'm just now opening it. But what if this 2 or 3 years later? The only person that won on this item was whoever went in the store, deliberately put that through, resealed it, and went back in. This hurt the retailer. This hurt the actual manufacturer. And now this hurt the customer. So somebody down the chain has basically ruined 3 things. I'm glad they went back to the non-plastic. But I can tell you who's done plastic all the way from its inception? Mr. Todd McFarlane.
There it is. And you could see what you get.
See what you get. I was in Walmart, and I was happened to be looking through some of the clearances through the aisles, and they had this. And they had this on clearance. So I was like, Owlman. Had to purchase him. One of my favorite Justice League animated cartoons. I think it's the I'm trying to remember what the name of it is, Two Worlds, but I'm going to open this up because one thing that McFarlane does, and he does is fantastic, is that his packaging looks great. You can see the characters displayed. Even certain characters, I've been seeing a bunch of the his Page Puncher Aquaman characters pop up. So I'm like, let's see. Oh, one more. So it's just one of those things where it's like, he's always done a great job at his displays, and that's where I give him credit on. And his, his figures, some figures are getting better. Now this is the one that you'll notice has the actual his trading card in there, and he also has his DC Multiverse stand that he comes through. So these are all great.
How do you feel about those trading cards?
I usually give them away to my nieces and nephews. I've never been a big fan of this version of trading cards that came with figures. Normally, if it's like, I know we were younger, we always had the other figures. Yeah, wow, the material on this one's pretty good. Hopefully we can do this without actually cutting ourselves. Because one thing he does too is that you can't say that McFarlane's gonna have retail theft on his items, because he does such a great job that if you do end up taking this out at the store, you're a wizard. So I'm sure McFarlane's like, I guess you deserve to get what you get. Let's see. All right, and one more. And the one equal point too is that while there's not a soft cape on it, this is actually made of some pretty good material. So is
it like a soft plastic?
It's like a soft plastic, but it's a really good soft plastic. And let's see. And then he has it, of course, actually sticking through the back of that. So he does that in a great way. So just getting it through the plastic itself. And there you go. Now, actually, that was a lot better than his other figures that you had, the DC animated stuff, because he really seemed like you put that in. But this is a great figure. And again, I love that Owlman is the evil counterpart in a different universe to Batman. And I think it's, I'm trying to remember the actor's voice that did him in the show was, wow, it's going to be a moment. It's blanking me out. It's James something. I can't remember his last name at the moment, but he did a great job. As a matter of fact, let me just take that up and let me see Owlman's voice and everything while we're in the midst of this. So let's see. Let me correct that down, because it's been about a minute, but that's one of my favorite DC films from DC Animated.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to voice actor. There you go. And James Woods. James Woods. James Woods was his voice. Yeah. And it's the Justice League Crisis of Two Earths. And I remember that one because Owlman he had it beat. He was better than Batman in one way, but Batman outthought him. But this is a great figure. One, I will give McFarlane when he does them right. It comes out with that. So that's the first one. So what do you got, sir?
Well, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in McFarlane. This is something that was asked. I don't know, a while ago. But we're gonna go. We're gonna open. We're gonna open this.
All right.
Batman, and most people understand why we're opening this, because I think we opened the other ones.
We did.
I don't know how many episodes ago.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get it. I don't know if have you ever seen my unboxing knife?
Yes, like that's and the worst of Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife. That's nice.
Definitely gonna do the job or something.
Well, the box opens like that, and then look. This is what everyone wants to see, the unboxed part.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
There it is. It's unboxed. This has that card in there.
It does. But it's a nice card too, though. I will give him credit. Again, I've noticed that the younger generations of our family members, whenever I give them these cards, they absolutely, their eyes open up. They're nice cards. It's just why would I display that with the characters? Let
me grab one of my opener devices.
All right. So at this point and everything, well, everybody can put in a comment and everything. It's like, if anybody's done any purchasing, any kind of things, let us know what you guys are actually been shopping. Anybody that's been out in the Haulathon and you got any kind of luck or anything, drop us a comment. Let us know.
Also, like, do you like to leave in box or do you like open?
That is very contentious. I will tell people,
got
open
my
it.
little tools.
Okay.
So this is pretty good. I mean, it comes with, like, now it's out, like, Batman's
Oh yeah.
Batman's really clean on there. There's
Mm-hmm.
this accessories and then Condiment Man's arms.
Yeah, the only thing that I still do a point of contention, I understand McFarlane's trying to do a little bit of loyalty. It's the shade colorist from like the animated cell. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't for me.
So you don't like it?
It depends. I've seen like I don't like some of his the black and white ones that he's done. I think
Yeah.
NECA did it a little bit better with some of their versions of the TMNT.
Oh
But
yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
that it hasn't translated that well for McFarlane.
Well, I think yeah.
But it's an interesting way of think about something. Other people just do a different colorization or something. He is kind of giving you a different option though. So I will give him that. Is that, it's not like if you purchase the DC Direct ones, you're
Yeah.
not getting the same exact figure,
Everything's so delicate.
It does. It kills to get it out of the item.
This is the part you never see when people do unboxings because they cut.
Yeah, they cut out the moments where it's taking too long.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It's a pretty cool figure.
Well, I love the accessories that he comes with. He did not skimp on the accessories. And that's is that an actual plastic or that soft good cape? Bless you.
It's like soft. It's
Okay.
soft good. It's not good, but it's soft goods.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty clean. Like I like all the shading on it. The head sculpt's good. It's a heavyweight. It's got it's got the
Yeah, it's
discs.
just joints and everything else.
Yep.
The architect. I will say he has really upped his game in articulation over the last 2
I mean, look,
years.
Batman can give someone a kiss now.
And
yeah, I mean that's good, man. I mean, I like it. I've been wanting to open these for a while, so
yeah, and that's the one aspect is that I think he's his when McFarlane's on, he's on. You've got no complaints. He's giving you what you want, and also since we've got the animated out and everything, you and I both saw that little footage of the sneak peek of that he's going to do the I guess a 1/12 version of the Batman animated Batmobile, and it's like
I'm all about it.
Every time he does that, it's at first he teases a Tumblr. And I remember when he did the 89 Batmobile, I had waited. I was like, okay, that is the version. I know one day. And then he said, well, I'm also going to do a screen accurate version of the Batman versus Superman Batmobile, which I think is probably one of my all-time favorite Batmobiles as well. And I was like, okay. So there's a point. Give the fans what they want. If that's what they want, just give them what they want.
Yeah. I mean, you go next. I'm just getting Condiment King's arms out.
So what I'm going to do is, again, this model of it is opening while he's here. The Cobra His Tank Fire Team. Now you notice on the top back there somewhere, the His Tank is sitting. And while all the technician, the driver, all the gunner, they're all up on there because I took them out of the box, and those were some of the first that I took out of the box. I have not taken any members of the fire team out, so I'm going to put the fire team out because they're going to stand right on the top with the His Tank. So, and if they're not in this box and everything, I'm gonna have a real problem because this came directly from Hasbro. So we're definitely gonna have a problem. If I would have purchased this from another retailer, I might worry. But Hasbro, it better came with the stuff. So, all right.
Y'all, turns out this is one of the ones that didn't come with them.
Yeah. Now they're plastic-free packaging, but I give them credit. This is some of the better points because I can at least get to all the stuff in the back. And actually, and then of course they come with the with what they call a Foot Locker, which it has the His Tank logo on it. They're number 110, so I guess they actually gave all the characters in there just one separate number, which is very interesting. So we're not going to get into, I can do the accessories later, but we're going to take the fire team out, and I'm going to have to get myself one of those nice shiny things that Mr. Maddox got. I'm gonna have to up my game to a professional clipper. Yeah, there you go.
These are for Warhammer.
Oh, okay. That's Mr. Henry Cavill's favorite.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it about? What is it about classifieds that you like so much?
You know what? It's just a nostalgia factor of I could have had the option of actually purchasing all the 3 3/4 again. Some of the stuff that I had as a kid and I didn't. And I just thought, do I really want to go through the point of tracking down most of that stuff? There's a couple of ones that I've wanted, and I can buy those. But as far as like everybody always says, oh, you want the U.S. flag and everything. Of course, it's everybody's dream item and is to have it. But classifying is an easier way of if you're just jumping on to GI Joe. You don't have to go back to the 1980s and find purchases and deal with the whole hunting down. Now, some people actually love that, but I just thought it was just, time consumption wise, it's just a road too hard to follow. Yeah. So I'm like, when Classified came out, and I was like, wow, they're redoing it, and I also like the detail. Like if you look at some of these figures, like just the detailing of like these characters.
Yeah.
Now that's the one thing that they couldn't do at the 3 3/4 size. So let's see. Take out another character again.
That one's cool.
Like if you just look at this on the vest, like you can't do that with 3. So the 6-inch version really took to me. I was really like just amazed with just the amount of detail and just Hasbro. It's you're not getting the same thing that you got when you were a kid. They didn't just go ahead and do the O-ring line and just re-put them out. And you're like, well, I've had that. They're giving you something that's completely different than what you had as a kid, but yet you still have the same feeling that you did. Yeah. And they display extremely well. That's the one aspect is that, I think we're at the point in our collections where, they're not playable. They're just displayable now,
Yep. That's it's gonna be one of our merch drops, not playable, displayable.
Displayable, exactly. Yeah, we're putting, you know what, Toybox Crown, we're putting that on a t-shirt now.
Yep. I got this.
I saw that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't taken a notice, that's the Toybox Chronicle logo on a hoodie that you can own too.
you can if it pops up on PixelsPlasticInk.com, you could probably own it.
It will. Yeah,
but it's not there yet.
But I think we're gonna have to wait again for it's we'll have to put it's not playable, it's displayable. Put that t-shirt up too. We'll drop a couple and everything. But anything else you want?
I got another one, dude.
Go ahead, man. It's called Unboxathon.
We're doing Wonder Boy.
Oh wow, okay, all right. The Boy Wonder.
Is that his name, Wonder Boy? Wonder Boy.
I think he's called the Human Decoy.
Oh yeah. Again, we're opening this up. This is nothing that's like new. But hold on. Everyone wants to see the unbox.
There you go. Now you can almost put the entire Condiment King together, right?
Oh, I can now. Now that we have this up. There you go. Look at him. Really, I mean, it's really good detail.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
Look at that condiment crotch.
You know what? That's what we should actually do too. A Toybox Chronicle short. Why don't you do a short of actually assembling the Condiment King?
Oh, we could, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put that up for everybody, so you'll get to see him in short format.
Yeah.
And now, how hard was it tracking down any of the McFarlane stuff? Do you go to 2 or 3 stores, or are you able to just pick it all up in one store?
Well, so all right. So we had talked a little bit before off camera about if I got the second one, the second run. The answer is I did get the second run. I'm still trying to find Riddler. So once I find Riddler, I'll be good to go. But to answer your question, I mean, on most of these, like I just went into Target and found them.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, see, now that's where it's actually, if I have noticed that even because that's in the collector section, he doesn't have
Yeah.
that over in the standard aisle.
No.
Usually, in like McFarlane, it has been extremely easy to find that, and certain NECA figures. I notice a lot of the gargoyles and the Universal monsters were easy to find in Targets
Yeah.
compared to some of the other items, like again, like the Haulathon stuff.
This is pretty good.
It is. Wow.
I like the weight of it.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely comes out. You can see it's got literally no pegs for his feet, so
I
I'm
know,
not
and
really sure.
I love the little detail of how his cape is just halfway cocked over. So that's actually kind of cool too.
That's rubber.
Yeah, but
The
still, it's
cape
kind
is
of
like a
cool.
soft rubber. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
how this character stands.
yeah, but no pegs too. That's interesting.
He's got no pegs. Lucky for me, I designed my own fig
I I,
stands.
I know. I
Yeah.
noticed that because we'll I got a feeling like I said again we'll do the intro version of this, the info commercial. But that you'll be able to see some some awesome stuff coming from
Look
some
at this.
marketable Toybox Chronicles stuff.
Those
Yeah,
legs.
yeah, wow. Like I
What
will
else?
say, he was extremely accurate with his versions of it looking like the animated show, and the
Yeah.
same thing that happened from DC Direct. So they've done a really good job of like getting the characters and making the images look exactly like you've seen before.
Yeah. No, he did a good job.
Hmm.
What else you got?
Well, one more, and this one actually, I was at the GI Joe SoCal Joe show that was in December, and they have a lot of small retailers. Just a company called LaCroix Toys, and
LaCroix.
yeah. What made me stop by is that they had an actual 3 3/4 inch of Axel Foley from Beverly Hills Cop, right
Wow.
down to the thing of this says the Detroit Lion. It said Lions on his varsity jacket. It was one of the best, like custom figures I had seen. So he came out with a line, and it was called the Strike Force Alpha. And I'm hoping that he's actually going to be at the May show that's coming out this year in Southern California. But when he saw me, of course, he said, "Hey, brother, I got something for you that you're gonna want." And I saw this 3 3/4 character, and I'm not into 3 3/4, but I like supporting again, like we do, the small retailers, the boutique kind of situations. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna purchase this, man, because again, he's not meant to sit with some of the vintage Joes. Like again, there's the beautiful retro his tank in there, and there
Mm-hmm.
is a conquest that is my pride and joy of vintage things has been sent to me by, of course, Mr. Maddox. I will give him the props on that. But he's going to sit. He's not going to be in the conquest because that's for Slipstream.
Okay.
But he's going to sit on that same shelf of him. So, and I happen to just like the detail and everything that he was doing. And here's the thing. I will give him credit. Like it's just it's a slide in excerpt. You just take it out. It's easy packaging, and then the character folds out in a way. Let me be careful not actually not to throw that. Let me see if just slides out. So getting to the
Oh,
character now,
this one. This one that the card slides off, right?
the card slides off.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
it's
good.
easy peasy. Now the one thing that I don't think I've seen this on 3 3/4 figures is that it comes with different accessories of a head, several hands. You don't see that in 3 3/4. The basically, the different hands and everything. Normally, it just
Yeah.
came with different accessories like weapons and everything. So it was just like, wow. So I'll pull this out, and like it's again, the character comes out very. And actually, you know what? I will give. I've actually talked to him. We'll see if we can get him on as guest. These are pretty good versions of 3 3/4 figures, man.
Yeah.
Like wow, it's like it's the joints are extremely well, but the detail, this is probably one of the best detailed 3 3/4 figures I've seen in a long time. And again, this gentleman that from LaCroix Toys, um they're in it because he has a passion for three. I've seen him do a Tom Selleck from Miami Vice.
So good.
Like I said again, it's like he's done Axel Foley. I've seen he did Big Trouble in Little China. I think it's Jack. I can't remember what his last name was, but Jack and shit. I remember that. But he's done a couple of them, just these, and every now and then he does a batch. He puts them up for sale, and you have the opportunity to purchase them. And I looked at Strike Force. I said, well, you know what? This would fit in with the Joes. It's nice to actually support the customizers, the boutique people that are doing this, because like there's no way that he's doing this thinking I'm getting Hasbro profits. He's doing this because he loves the actual size and the vintage of the characters, and I much rather send my money that way to somebody I know that just like I'm in this for passion. That's what you want to have. It's like somebody doing this for passion. But this will go with it has helmets and everything else like that. This is going to go with the Joes pretty good and everything. So, again, it's like, this is the new recruit for my retro Joes and everything. He will be going into battle with them too. But great work, man. Actually, too, his Instagram is let me see. Let me throw this to the screen a little bit more. Let's
get
blow me up. Because we definitely want to have let's see.
Sergeant Slugger.
No, right there, LaCroix. Instagram at LaCroix Toys.
Yeah.
He's got some amazing work that he's done. Again, you can see all the little customized figures. Again, the Tom Selleck one, I had actually I sent him a DM. I was like, hey, when you do your Tom Selleck Magnum PI one, I said I know a really big Magnum PI fan that would definitely I need to buy that to send it to him. And he was like, I'll let you know when I'm doing the next batch. So, I can't wait to have you do an unboxing to the Magnum PI.
I love Magnum PI.
I was like, yeah, it's like no Rick, no the other characters. You got to give us all. TK, you got to give us all. You can't just stop.
You give me a TK with the helicopter, I'm golden.
I actually, you know what? I saw that the other day on what was that? It wasn't Whatnot. No, I think it was on Whatnot.
Probably.
Somebody had the 80s version, and I did not know that they did a Magnum PI chopper in the 80s.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know it either. And he had the Knight Rider, I guess the Knight 2000 car. He had the that chopper, and then he also had the 18 chopper. And I did not know they did an 18 chopper either. So it was just very interesting that little stuff that you find on Whatnot and everything with that. It was
just nostalgia hitting you in the face.
Really cool, man. Really cool. So those are the levels, but that's our Unboxathon. Again, some great characters, some great items.
Well, I'm gonna let you pick between which ones we open right now. I got one last one I wanted to open.
Okay.
But you can pick. I got this one because it's for my personal collection. You'll see the box is damaged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's like.
I remember it's on the phone with that purchase.
Yeah, there's like box damage. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So this is Super Bebop and Mighty Rocksteady. Or
I love those two characters.
Or we could open this one, which I got today.
Oh, wow. If I got to pick between the two, I was, again, since I've got skin in the game on this one, I've got to go with Rocksteady and Bebop. Okay. We were on the phone when you was like, my God, I found this right on the shelf right now. I was like, phone.
So here's the box.
I love those characters too, man. Again, the more I see your passion in the turtles, actually, you know what? Again, I've never been this Motu. I've never been a huge in purchasing that in my collection, and I've never purchased any turtle stuff. But I'm gonna have to turtle myself up this year. I'm gonna have to put some on. I was thinking maybe the NECA version, or maybe the Playmate version of the Eastman Laird versions. That might kind of look good on the shelf somewhere,
Yeah, I mean, I love the Ninja Turtle stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you have to be very specific. I have the collections that I have are typically like I would say harder to get. Like I have like the San Diego Comic-Con release of the the 4 turtles from the movie. So I have that. Yeah, see this. So I took this out. There's a loose hand already.
NECA, come on, NECA.
NECA just did.
What I
will say is I'm real excited about this.
The Terradrome pack drop. Oh yeah, I like that too. And you know what? That could be put onto a glass shelf, and actually be a nice backdrop as well. So I give them credit for the diorama kind of like background kind of scenario.
So here it is outside of the package.
Oh yeah. Oh god, there's really good detail on those.
Yeah, these things are no. I won't get into all the hands.
Of course,
we don't need to get into the hands. Let me just
now,
get these.
Do you think has NECA done an actual Terradrome?
No, the Technodrome.
I'm gotta think that if they're not, somewhere down the line, there's gonna have to be some kind of pre-order for that thing coming.
Will they just let Super 7 do it because it's like way too expensive?
I would think so, man. I would think so.
Let's see. I don't even know how to get. This is probably this is one of the weirdest packaged.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I will say I was a tad bit, when it came to the G.I. Joe classified items, you can tell that Hasbro was just did this to save money, because they didn't even have plastic inside of some of the plastic free packages. They had like twine tied to characters, and I was like, "What in the devil is that?" So
they had twine tied to them.
They had twine, yeah. They had and I think this character too, because when I was going through the fake character they put in, this guy took the levels of, and I'll show you right here. It's telling you how bad it is. Is that you see it down, and then look, this is the kind of crap that they were doing.
Oh yeah.
And this was, he just redid it and put it back in. And I was telling Shadow this as well when I was talking to him. He was like, "Oh man, I know you're a little ticked about the character. I am, but you know what? I'm gonna donate this. I know a customizer, and I'm gonna donate that, and I'm gonna have him turn that character into something original. So it'll get repurposed. Somebody didn't win on that scenario. We will do an original one of a kind Joe out of nowhere. So we'll have to do an episode where we'll name them or something, come up with a file card or something for
them. We could call it the. You can't really call it anything flip. That's kind of been taken.
Yeah. He's kind of got that, but we'll think of something though.
I mean, okay, so this is I'm not gonna lie, a very, very well made.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love all the details and the line shading. Wow.
Yeah, this is really, really well done.
Yeah, wow. That's I give him credit. That's super well done. Wow.
Let's get into this Bebop one real quick. I know we're running short on time. So anything why I'm taking this out, why don't we update everybody on some changes that are
let me go everything. All right. So if you haven't known, but we've been actually putting that out. We've been running shorts, and actually last week was our first episode of the rebranding of what was called the Shadow Crew podcast. Is now called PixelsPlasticInk. Thank everybody for tuning in. That video is doing extremely well on the site. But there is a contest that we had for 150 subscribers, and we've been surpassing that. And that was put onto that episode 1. All you have to do is go to PixelsPlasticInk episode 1 on the Shadow Knows Network, view that video, and write a comment on that video. Now you have until tomorrow at midnight, but whoever actually writes that comment, we'll put you into the pool, and we'll pick the best comment out of that, and we'll send somebody a giveaway. And we've got some awesome stuff to give out, whether it be a toy purchase from one of our actual collections that we're just going to donate, or some Pixel Plastic merchandise.
You get to pick.
You get to pick. So you have until tomorrow at midnight. We're gonna, like I said again, we're not gonna just do the Eastern time. Let's do Pacific, because that gives you a couple extra more hours if you forget. So just go to PixelsPlasticInk Ink episode 1 on the Shadow Nose Network. Comment on it, put your name in there, and let's see if we can give somebody the 150th point. But last week was our first episode. It's kind of like there's a difference if you don't know the format. There's Pixels Plastic Ink. We talk about the first part of the show, all Hollywood films, TV, anything pixel wise, video games also into that. The second section is plastic, all toys, toy news, anything that's basically just made out of plastic. And the last part is ink. And ink can be anywhere from any graphic novels to standard comic books to anything that we think that actually might be on the pulse of pop culture. So that happens every Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. We go live on Fridays, and on Wednesday, Toybox Chronicles, same time, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So we've been doing that. A couple other channel updates that we're going to go through.
Quick update on the toy.
Okay.
Got him out. He looks really good, except for that. NECA fucked that up.
Oh yeah, boy, NECA. Come on, NECA.
I mean, for the amount of money I'm spending on this, like I don't think that should be there.
Wow. No.
But the jaw's messed up.
Oh, come on, NECA. Well, hopefully, I think NECA does have a customer service line, do they not?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I would call them in. That's one at that price point, NECA deserves to make things right. So, this is not like something else we bought. What's any new retro rewind club coming up from you and Chris?
Yeah, so they're one's coming up. We're just waiting on that to be shipped.
Okay.
I think Chris has got a box coming to him, and then he's still waiting for his TBC sweater. Yeah.
Oh, you're kidding me! Wow.
I don't know if
you ordered it either, but if it is, we'll definitely get it to you. This is it again, and again, we're gonna have to put some, on PixelsPlasticInk.com, which if you haven't went over there and purchased any items, any t-shirts, any hoodies or anything, you've seen us if you go to the first episode of Pixel Plastic Ink. You saw us all wearing those and everything. You can see Mr. Maddox wearing the Toybox Chronicle logo one right now, which is sporting it quite a nice and everything else like that. And I will say the material on those hoodies, like I can tell you, I walked out, it was like freezing cold here, and I had my Pixel Plastic Ink one on. And I was like, I did not need to put a jacket over it because that is some thick material on that. T-shirts look nice too, though. But the Toybox Chronicle one, actually, I have not actually ordered mine, but I will be. So on Wednesday nights, I will have my Toybox Chronicle one on. And we're gonna put up some stuff there actually, because that bear is the reason why. I love just the golden bear. He just personifies the Toybox Chronicle whole kind of life thing. So he's cool, man. So I can't wait to see him on that. So like I said again, I know we're still working on the Whatnot store. Again, everyone, we're gonna be doing something now, Mr. Maddox. Now you told me something, and we actually teased that last week before we got on the air on Pixel Plastic Ink, that we're doing a collab with our other favorite Whatnot people, right?
Junk Cartel, yeah.
Yes, we are. And I've seen some stuff that was being designed and everything else. I'm looking extremely forward to that and everything. Actually, I was even we'll just throw a little creativity idea. I saw something that Rad was doing. Technically, we'll call that for tonight. Maybe everybody should be like Garbage Pail Kids looks for the shirts and something. Just the whole Pixel Plastic Ink and the Junk Cartel crew, we should all just be like Garbage Pail on, so we can be our front of it like a teacher or something. That might look kind of cool. But I've seen the other drops, man. That's going to be fun. I love little collabs every now and then, and that was one that excited me. I know Mike and Amber were also excited, so I'm looking forward to that drop, bro.
Well, I did. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
Some cool stuff that's gonna come out. So stay tuned on that.
Mm-hmm.
But any final thoughts there?
No, I just if everyone has popped in today, If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Mr. Maddox has went out his way to make sure the subscriptions are free this month. And you know, like I said, if he's paying it, you better claim it. So, you know, and also drop a comment. You know, we had some videos this week, had a lot of engagement on a bunch of our videos this week. Thank everyone out there that's put that through. Everybody that wants to like our content. That helps us keep going. It helps the algorithm make sure that these are getting popped up in your feed and other people's feeds. So like as much engagement, subscribing, you know, likes, those all help us, and we appreciate everybody that tunes in. And that's my speedload for the night, sir.
That's it, my friend. I think we're golden and Gucci. We want to thank everybody again for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the unbox that we did do. Turns out I might hit up NECA because my jaw is coming off. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us. So until next time, keep collecting, find your toys, find your passion, do your passion. Otherwise, life sucks. You're welcome. And you can stay on this channel, but we're not going to. Comment below. And until next time, we'll see you later.